Welcome to Avoiding Foreclosure by Getting Rid of the Big Banks. You have found this video because you, or a friend, or a family member may be facing foreclosure. You are about to learn how to walk away from your overfinanced house with no deficiency, no forgiveness of debt, no foreclosure, no taxable event, no sheriff's sale at the courthouse steps, no further damage to your credit, no kidding. This video will explain everything, but let me first explain what this is not. This is not a short sale. They take a lot of time and can create a taxable event to you. This is not a bankruptcy. Your credit can actually benefit from this process. This is not going to cost you 1 red cent. There is a fee for this service, but we pay it for you. Homeowners have zero risk and nothing to lose. There is no fine print. This short video will show you an option for getting away from your big bank, avoiding foreclosure, minimizing any credit damage, and taking control of an unfortunate situation. We have been working in, and many times against, the mortgage industry for over 10 years now. We have bought hundreds of homes using the short sale process in an effort to save homeowners from losing their house in a public foreclosure auction at the courthouse steps, saving their credit, and allowing them a fresh, clean start. We have counseled thousands of families in an effort to help them avoid foreclosure. We have continually battled the big banks to get them to do the right thing. In the name of profits, these big banks have taken action against homeowners to line their pockets. What the big banks have done is destroying our nation, turning the dream of homeownership into a nightmare. The big banks offered mortgages to many homeowners that they knew just could not afford them. The big banks set up the common homeowner for failure. They offered mortgages to people without requiring proper documentation. The big banks then packaged up these mortgages and sold them to Wall Street. And then these same big banks bet on these mortgages to fail, and they made even more money in doing so. The big banks stole from the common man. They built a Ponzi scheme, a house of cards. And as soon as it started to crumble, and when faced with losing money, many of these same big banks got a government bailout. The big banks made their money either way, at the expense of the homeowner and the taxpayers. The big banks I speak of are Wells Fargo, Chase, Bank of America, Countrywide, Citibank, IndyMac, which is now One West, GMAC, US Bank, and SunTrust, among others. Also included in causing the mortgage meltdown are the quasi-government entities like Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and even HUD with their FHA program. The extreme tidal wave of foreclosures has brought these banks to their knees. Not in the sense that they are losing money and won't be able to pay out their year-end bonuses to their top executives, but these big banks have needed to hire thousands of new employees to handle all of the calls from homeowners looking for a way to avoid the foreclosure of their home. Some homeowners are asking the banks for assistance in trying to stay in their home, while others just want to get out without killing their credit with a foreclosure, preventing them from buying another home for up to 7 years. Homeowners trying to keep their homes with a loan modification or another overhyped government program face many obstacles. An endless documentation process, waiting on hold forever, never speaking to the same person twice, and getting different answers from everyone they talk to, only to find out in the end that they have been denied for some unknown reason and the big bank is going to foreclose anyway. Other homeowners try to sell their house before the foreclosure auction. In today's market, homeowners are typically underwater and owe more than the home will sell for. They must get a short sale approval from these big banks and other lien holders to sell their home for less than the amount owed. Even if they find a buyer, the process can take 3 to 5 months or more. Either the buyer gets sick of waiting, or the big banks don't agree to the short sale and the house still ends up being foreclosed upon anyway. Only if there was a better way. But there is. What if you could get rid of the big bank? What if you could say goodbye to Bank of America, Wells Fargo, or any of the other banks that have strung you along for so long and offered you empty promises? Now you can. I am part of a group of real estate entrepreneurs from across the country. Collectively, we have done thousands of short sale transactions. We have banded together to solve the huge problem caused by the big banks. The big banks have tried to make the real estate entrepreneur the scapegoat for all of their indiscretions. And we're not going to put up with it anymore. We are sick and tired of dealing with the delays, unresponsiveness, uncooperative, and manipulative nature of the big banks. We are tired of being treated as criminals in a crime that we did not commit and are unwilling to play by the rules that the big banks are making up as they go along. Instead, we are getting the big banks out of the way by using our collective leverage to buy these defaulted notes in bulk. Then, we work with the homeowners to avoid the foreclosure sale and save what is left of their credit. The purchasing of real estate notes in bulk has been going on since mortgages were first created. Big banks sell notes to generate cash, clear up their books, minimize expensive foreclosure costs, and avoid liability. Big banks generally package together tens of millions of dollars in defaulted notes, called bad paper, and sell it at a discount to other banks, other mortgage servicers, other investors, and Wall Street. They do this in order to clean up their balance sheet and get these toxic loans off their books. Many times they just want to avoid the costly and time-consuming foreclosure process. With any bulk package that is offered by the big bank, it is buyer beware. The buyer took the good with the bad and was responsible for cleaning up the mess. This created additional risk for the note buyers, so they offered the banks very little for these bulk note packages. What our group does is the exact opposite. Instead of buying a package of notes that the lender puts together, we hand select a group of notes from across the country, 30 to 100 defaulted notes from a specific lender. We research each house, speak with the homeowners, determine their intent, and explain the process. Once the homeowner understands what we do and how we do it, they decide if this resolution best fits their needs. If so, we collect some simple paperwork and then package it together with all the other notes from around the country and turn the entire package over to our law firm who specializes in negotiating these large note purchases. This process takes about 90 days to collect the notes and then negotiate the bulk package with the lender. Once they come to terms that are agreeable to all parties, we close the deal. This is where it gets really good. The big banks are happy because they make more than selling their own bulk packages. We have lessened our risk by hand-selecting the notes we purchase in bulk. With less risk, we can offer more money for the notes. Shortly after our bulk note purchase is approved, there will be a closing with the homeowner. The original note that was purchased, at a discount of course, will be satisfied by our group. The note and mortgage will be terminated, and the credit bureaus will be notified that the original big bank note has been paid as agreed. Any foreclosure action or litigation will be terminated in this process. A new note is then created by our group based on the percentage of the current market value of the house. Once signed by the homeowner, our group will then purchase the property for the amount of the newly created note, thus satisfying this note immediately. The homeowner has now sold their home. Their original big bank note has been satisfied, and the foreclosure has been canceled. They have paid off their new note in full, avoided a short sale or a foreclosure sale, minimizing the damage to their credit, and can now move on their own terms instead of being forced out by the local sheriff. Our group then rents out the home or resells it for a modest profit, and everyone is happy. Really happy. Now, did you notice that at no time was the homeowner ever asked to pay any money out of their pocket? Because our group buys notes in bulk, we get a discount. So there is no reason for us to ask the homeowner for any money. Our group makes money when we sell the house. It is really that simple. Let's take a look. We buy the big bank note at a discount. We terminate the big bank note and create a new, smaller note based on a percentage of the current fair market value of the property. We then buy the house from the homeowner for that amount, satisfying that new note, and the homeowner gets to walk away, making the best of an unfortunate situation. For more information or to set up a time to speak with a member of our investor group, please fill out the contact information form on this page or contact us via the information below. Thanks for listening.